Good evening. Good evening, my loyal Cosimaniacs. Tonight, this is going to be very different for me. I'm going to talk about something that I never have talked about. I have never written about. Yes, I didn't. I forgot it a long time ago, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. And I never intended to ever talk about it. Healing. Yes, your old friend, the archfiend, the nefarious, the evil, the agent of the Antichrist is going to talk about, I don't even like to say the word, healing. This is about as out of character for me as it gets. I'm more inclined to figure out a way to make people sick. It's certainly more fun. I don't like healing. I find it incredibly boring. I don't find it satisfying at all. But there is, as Ayn Rand wrote, the ethics of emergencies. In other words, when you find yourself in a situation where your whole philosophy of life goes against it, but we just can't, we got to do something. So that's what this is about, doing something. And I'm not going to talk about commercial machines here, and I will tell you why. It takes time to order and build them and ship them. Normal turnaround time for us is 2 weeks. You don't have 2 weeks. Grandma has contracted the unnameable virus, whichever one it is fashionable this year. Don't worry, there'll be another one. You don't have 2 weeks. You may not even have 2 days. And if it's anything like this mess now, you can't even get in to see her to do therapeutic touch or anything. She's there in the hospital, and you're at home, and you're waiting for the doctor to call and say, "We're sorry, she's dead." That's a horrible situation to be in. I have reached a point where I actually feel sorry for people, which for me is so out of character. And I am the sort of person, as all know, I don't sit on my fat ass and my ass gets fatter every day and say, "Oh, my nose itches." I wonder what that's a symptom of. Woe is me. There's nothing I can do. Well, as I've always said, there's a lot we can do. And I'm going to teach you how to do it. Because it was done for me. For those who don't know the story, in August of 2002, my gallbladder threw a gallstone. My pancreas tried to digest the gallstone. It failed. It then threw a hissy fit, and over the next few months proceeded to digest itself. It was not a comfortable experience. It was not a fun experience. Yes, I have a few funny stories out of it, because I can find a funny story anywhere. But it wasn't that funny. I have a list of people right now that I would cheerfully wish the experience on. As a result, I have no pancreas. I am living proof. You can live without a pancreas. So, what my wife did, because I was reaching the point where I was lingering in the hospital. I mean, they really couldn't do anything for me. And this thing was just, I was sort of dying and not dying. And I mean, I had more things occur that were wrong with me. I got a blood clot in my left shoulder, and my arm was swollen up like a balloon. And they couldn't give me blood thinners because I was so weak, and my blood was already diluted by all kinds of stuff. So they wrapped it in elastic bandage for some reason in the hope of doing something to the clot. How should I know? I was just laying there out of it. I couldn't even read. That's how weak I was. Well, it was December, and my wife got this idea, quite independently of anything I'd ever said, that on the night of the winter solstice, the darkest moment of the year, she was going to have all of my friends from all over the place take a light, flashlight, shine it on my picture, and think healing thoughts. It worked. I woke up in the middle of the night that night, and the elastic bandage, which had been quite tight, was loose. The arm had gone down. It was no longer swollen. And I was home in a week. So it worked. And so I'm going to tell you the method, and it's incredibly, incredibly simple. This is all you need. This is, for all of our talk, the most powerful psychotronic device ever built. It is a flashlight. It shoots focused light at a target. The light acts as a carrier wave for your thought. You shine this on the witness sample of Granny and visualize healing energy going into her. That's all you do. It's simple. It requires no ritual. It requires no weird formulas that you put on the lens. No. Just your own intention. Focused intention on the photograph of your grandmother. I can't guarantee that it will work. But you lose nothing by trying. And that is how you deal with healing. Simple. And you don't have to worry about going out and getting anything or ordering anything. Everyone has a flashlight. Now, you can all put your hair on. Get it down again. I can just see people, their hair standing up and saying, oh God, he's going to get in terrible trouble for this. And frankly, under other circumstances, there'd be a risk. But I think right now, it's pretty safe. Frankly, I don't give a damn if it's safe or not. You know me better than that. But I will say this. Don't write me and ask me to do it. Okay? There's nothing special about me. Okay? Do it yourself. Don't expect anyone else to. Do it yourself. Not that it won't work if somebody else does it. Obviously, in my case, lots of other people did it. Besides my wife. But don't ask people to do it, total strangers, because they may or they may not. As I say, I'm no healer. God knows what would happen if I tried. When it comes to healing, I've got a brown thumb. And don't, for God's sake, whatever you do, if somebody offers to charge you for this, no. Do not pay them. You do this yourself. You have your friends do it. If you may even have relatives do it. God knows. I never got along with relatives, so can't go by me. But whatever you do, don't pay anyone to do it. And you people out there, and I know you're there, don't you dare offer to do this and charge for it. I will become very angry with you. And no one in their right mind wants Uncle Chuckie mad at them. So there you have it. The ethics of emergency. And the unspeakable word. That which may not be said. And thus, this has been your old friend, the archfiend, the nefarious, the evil. And don't think otherwise. I haven't stopped being evil or nefarious. Uncle Chuckie. I hope you don't need it. But if you do, don't hesitate to use it. Good health to you all. And good night.